I'm Albert Bergeret, founder and artistic director of New York Gilbert and Sullivan Players, welcoming you to the season finale of the Patterpalooza project. If you have been following the chronological sequence of this project, you may have noticed the glaring omission of the most famous Patter song of them all, a tune that has been parodied countless times and used to sell everything from Campbell's Soup to the New York State Lottery. The Major General song from the Pirates of Penzance is the classic example of someone who has been promoted to his own ultimate level of incompetence. As such, it is a prime medium for satirization of public figures in all generations and all fields of endeavor. We've saved this song for the finale of our first Patter anthology and created an intriguing interpretation that includes all of the Patter singers from the series. Here are Stephen Quint, James Mills, Richard Holmes, Stephen O'Brien, David Auxier, David Macaluso, Matthew Ages, and yours truly, as we mischievously assume the coveted role of the modern Major General.
Never heard it before.
I am the very model of a modern Major General. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the fights historical, from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem, I'm teeming with a lot of news. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings and animalculous.
In short and matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General.
In short and matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern Major General.
I know our mythic history, King Arthur's and Sir Caradocs. I answer hard acrostics, I've a pretty taste for paradox. I quote in elegiacs all the crimes of Heliogabalus. In conics I can floor peculiarities, parabolas.
I can tell undoubted Raphaels from Gerardo's and Zophanies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. Then I can hum a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner form.
Ooh, that's a difficult one.
And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore.
And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore. And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore. And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore.
Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Caractacus's uniform. In short and matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General.
In short and matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern Major General.
In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin.
When I can tell at sight a Mauser rifle from a javelin.
When such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm more wary at.
And when I know precisely what is meant by a commissariat.
When I have learnt what progress has been made in modern gunnery.
When I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery.
In short, when I've a smattering of elemental strategy.
Strategy.
That's a difficult one. Goodness, I've done it. Got it.
Oh, you'll say a better Major General has never sat a You'll say a better Major General has never sat a You'll say a better Major General has never sat a You'll say a better Major General has never sat a
For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky and adventurous,
has only been brought down to the beginning of the century.
But still, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General. But still, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern Major General.
The Major General, of course, has a great deal to say. And when I was 8, I was utterly enchanted by it when I heard it for the first time. And I also didn't understand all of the lyrics, and I certainly didn't understand all of the vocabulary. And I thought that the square of the hypotenuse was like Washington Square or Herald Square, that I just never happened to come across that particular square. Many years later, after I had already had geometry and had the misfortune to know much too much about the hypotenuse and the square of it, I discovered that there is another song with the word hypotenuse in it. It is in a Danny Kaye movie called Merry Andrew, in which he plays a rather unconventional teacher in a boys' prep school. And he takes his geometry class out for a field trip and has them walking in a triangle, and I will not sing it to you, but they are saying and singing, "The square of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the two adjacent sides." So look up the movie, Merry Andrew, and you can hear Danny Kaye sing that.
Thank you for joining us for the Patterpalooza Project, an exploration of Gilbert and Sullivan patter songs and the people who perform them. We hope you have enjoyed this programming, and we look forward to bringing you another series of classic patter performances in the future. On behalf of New York Gilbert and Sullivan Players, I'm Albert Bergeret, signing off with our company motto, keep calm and patter on.
You'll say a better Major General is never strategy. You'll say a better Major General is never strategy. You'll say a better Major General is never strategy.
For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky and adventurous,
has only been brought down to the beginning of the century.
But still, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General. But still, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern Major General.
The square of the hypotenuse of the right triangle is equal to the sum of the squares, not less, not more, as I said before, is equal to the sum of the squares of the two